If you just joined Equity or you're thinking about it, you're probably wondering, okay, what happens now? Do I magically get more auditions, more respect, a special membership card that opens all of the doors? Well, let me save you a lot of stress and confusion, because the reality is not what you expect. In this video, I'm walking you through exactly what happens the day you accept your card and join the Equity AEA membership union, and what your first year as a member might actually look like. If we haven't met yet, hey, I'm Ashley Espinosa. I am an actress, a career coach, a mentor, and I've been a professor for almost a decade in musical theater. And I've been exactly where you are at right now. And I've helped so many performers navigate the industry, and that's what this video and this channel is all about. So if that sounds good to you, subscribe, hit the like button, and I've got videos coming out every single week to help you navigate your career in musical theater like a pro. So the moment you pay your initiation fee and your membership becomes active, here's what happens next. You're going to get access to the Equity Member Online Portal. This is where you'll find EPA and ECC signups, health and pension information, contracts, and so much more. It's really your new digital home base. You're also eligible now to sign up for the EPAs and the ECCs. 7 days before the audition, the list will open up and you can go on and you can sign up. But spoiler alert, it is a mad rush to grab an audition slot. So if you're thinking that once you get your card, every single audition is a guaranteed walk-in or you get a slot, that's just not true. I did an entire video about this, the myths and truths. So I want you to go check out that video after this. I'll link it in the description box below where I dive into that in great detail. What also immediately changes is that you can no longer accept non-union jobs. If the contract is not an equity union contract, you cannot take it anymore. And this really is huge and a misconception that a lot of folks don't actually realize. And that's why I'm putting out this content in these videos. And that's what this channel is essentially all about. So you have the information to make the right decisions for yourself. That means tours, regional theater, summer stock. If it is not a union equity contract, you cannot do it anymore. A couple of exceptions to this rule, but in general, you always want to make sure it's an equity contract. And if you don't know, go to the equity website and look it up. That's why you're joining the union, to have protection, to have access to equity auditions, and to have pension and healthcare. If that is afforded to you and you get enough weeks to make that happen, you're paying for that. You're paying for that protection. Let me walk you through a little bit of a reality check about what your first year could possibly look like. Because I see so many actors join the union, and then when they start finding these little things out and they're on the inside, they immediately panic. You might actually audition less than you did as a non-union artist. Weird, right? But because there are fewer slots, there are fewer equity contracts available, and there are more people joining the union, there is more competition. And you're going to be in line sitting next to somebody at an EPA or an ECC, whether it's singing or dancing or reading, next to people that have resumes that are perhaps much different than even yours. But because there are fewer slots and there are less equity jobs available than non-union typically out there, the competition is going to be higher and the opportunities are going to be less. So if you're doing the, pound the pavement, the hustle, the non-union thing that a lot of us did for so many years of our career, it's just going to feel like almost an absolute halt. Very different than you expected it to. So I want you to have that information going in. During this first year, you have to continue to advocate for yourself. Equity is not going to just magically start sending you auditions because you're now a member. You are going to have to do exactly what you did before, just in a different way, especially this first year. You need to try to sign up for as many EPAs or ECCs, depending on your goal, that you can be seen for, and the location and the type of work that you want to do. And that doesn't mean that you're going to be seen for everything. So you're going to have to figure out and learn how to navigate the online signups, learn how to navigate the walk-ins to see if you can get on the list and seen that day. If you're going to auditions and you feel like you're getting seen, but something is just not landing in the room, then I want you to download my audition book blueprint. It's like 20 plus pages that I really sat down, spend a lot of time going through, because I teach this all the time about what types of songs do you need, what types of songs do you not need, a full breakdown of examples. It's totally free. Download it in the description box below, grab that PDF, and feel more confident in the audition room. It'll answer a lot of your questions, specifically regarding auditions like pop, rock, all that jazz where the industry is going right now. You're also going to have to continue to self-submit on Actors Access, or if you have an agent, you're going to have to continue to work with your agent to submit yourself. But even as an equity member, that doesn't automatically shift you into this unforeseen category. And if you don't have an agent or representation after you join the union, this might be a great start to start submitting or to resubmit to places and say, hey, I am equity now. Would you be willing to rep me? Does it look like I could fit in your roster now? That's something that might be beneficial to you. But again, being union and having an agent isn't going to be the end-all duo, especially not right now. We're going to continue to submit, show up at auditions, and advocate for ourselves, even as a union member. Now let's talk about some perks, because there are a few benefits that do make life better once you join equity. You do get protections on contracts, standard rates, you get breaks, safe working areas, pension, healthcare, all of the other things that we want as humans that are typically non-union. Now, we all know that our job as an artist is never going to look like a salaried 9-to-5, guaranteed, constant job. It's just not going to be like that for us. But you are going to have more benefits as a union member to protect yourself on the job and to have some long-term goals, pension, retirement, and healthcare. But I want you to go on the website after you join the union and really look up what it's going to be for you, what it's going to look like, and the time that you do join the union, because it does shift and change. You also get access to online signups as an equity member, and you can be seen on the alternate list if you show up to an audition in person and you're not already on the list. I know that's what most of us want when we join the union, is we get to pass the non-union line. But keep in mind, I want you to continue to remind yourself that that's not just a magical pass. You're still not going to be seen for everything, but it is going to get you this big perk of getting to the front of the line, or having access to go on the website, on the online portal, and sign up for many other options, not just EPAs and ECCs, but also right now, there are some regional theaters and some Broadway tours that are going to actually accept tapes. So I want you to check those out as well. Another big perk that you have as an equity member. And if you have any questions about your first year as an equity member, drop them in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions that I can and share some real life experiences from my career. Another perk is that you're going to have access to all of the auditions essentially in one place. So probably before, when you were non-union, you were digging into Backstage, the Backstage website, you were digging into Playbill postings, and you were trying to kind of scrape together all these auditions. And really now you're essentially going to be able to kind of navigate one platform, which is the Equity Member Online Portal. Now you are going to continue, I will encourage you, depending on your goals of course, but I will encourage you to continue to use Actors Access. If you have an agent, you know you have to have that because of the sister site, Breakdown Express, which is what agents use. Those two hand in hand are one of the biggest perks that you have as an equity member. You can kind of streamline your normal daily flow as an actor submitting, knowing what's happening in the industry, knowing what they want in auditions. And that is really, truly a big perk to joining the union. And of course, again, if you work enough weeks and you build up to it, you can get your pension and your healthcare from the union. But here's what doesn't magically change when you join the union. Your resume doesn't instantly sparkle brighter. Casting doesn't automatically know who you are. You don't instantly have an agent if you didn't already have one as a non-union person. You don't become more talented by joining the union. It may change the way that you perceive yourself because you decided it was the right time for you to say, I am going to take my card. I am going to pay the initiation fee. I want to do this, rather than what it is on the opposite end, which is you booked a job that said you must now join the union, like a Broadway contract or a Broadway national tour or a regional theater that gives you your card and you join the union. You have made the decision for yourself. So one thing that could shift and change for you internally, mentally, emotionally, is that you feel like a professional. And that's something that a lot of people don't talk about, but it is true. A lot of folks get to a point in their career and they say, you know what, it's like Broadway or Broadway national tours or regional theaters that have equity contracts. That's all I'm interested in. And that's a lot of reasons why people take their card. But I want you to know all of this information going in that it is much different when you decide to join the union. When you feel like it's the right time for you, then now you will have all the information and knowledge to make the best decision for yourself in your career at this moment. Look, joining Equity is a personal decision, and there is no right or wrong time to join the union, especially with open access now and the fact that mostly you can apply and take your card. Not every time, but in general, that option is available to you now. And there are great reasons to do it, but only when you are ready. If you're joining the union because you think it's going to fix all of your struggles and all of your audition problems and give you the career that you immediately want, I want you to pause and I want you to rethink this. Next up, I want you to go watch this video about the myths and truths of joining Equity. It's really going to continue this conversation and give you the information that you need to make the decision that is right for you, whether you are going to join the union or stay non-union just a little bit longer, so it's the right time for you. I'll see you in that video.